Hey y'all, Father Jim Haney from St. Paul's in the Plains Episcopal Church in Lubbock, Texas. It is Holy Week, the most solemn, the most important week of the Christian year. We began Sunday with Palm Sunday, Jesus entering Jerusalem in triumph. This Thursday is Maundy Thursday. We remember his Last Supper, and on Good Friday we will remember his crucifixion. It is a very somber, a very solemn time, but a very important time too. For Christians, the cross is central. It is crucial, a word that comes from cross. It is the crux of our faith, which is another word that comes from the word cross. But it is also something that is excruciating. Death by crucifixion was excruciating, another word that comes from cross, from crucifixion. The Romans had various ways of nailing you or tying you to the cross. Jesus, the Gospels say, had nail wounds, so we're not exactly sure how he was nailed up there. They could prolong the agony, or they could make it shorter, depending on whether they gave you a bench to sit on or not on the cross. Jesus apparently died rather quickly. Some people could last for days until they died from dehydration, but Jesus apparently died fairly quickly, perhaps worn out from the flogging that he received. Depending on how you were nailed to the cross, one of the ways that you died was asphyxiation of all things. As your body leans this way, you can kind of feel your airway restricting. And if you can just imagine the pain of having to push against perhaps nailed feet, trying to raise yourself up to gain your breath, and then as your muscles sag and out of exhaustion, your airways cut off again, and you would keep that pattern up until you expired, until you breathed your last. The fact that God in Jesus Christ chose to undergo this kind of death for us is something amazing to contemplate and amazing to behold. Out of love for us, Jesus endured the very worst, death by slow torture that we humans in our ingenuity could devise at the time. It is an act of tremendous love. It is also an answer to one of those questions that often gets asked. Why does God allow suffering in the world? Why does God allow pain? Why does God allow all sorts of things? Whenever there's a disaster, whenever there's a tragedy, we ask why? Why does God allow that? I don't have a great answer for that, an easy answer. There are no easy answers to that question, but God actually gives us an answer. It's a very complex answer, but this is it. It is the cross. Suffering, death are not the worst things in this world. There are things that are far worse, and God himself in Jesus Christ chooses to die, to share in our life, to share in our humanity, eventually to die a very painful death, and yet he will go through the cross and come out into new and resurrected life on Easter Sunday. That's a wonderful thing, and the invitation is there that all of us can share in the life he brings. So, this Good Friday, I hope that you will take some time and pause and take yourself spiritually to the foot of the cross and remember, contemplate what Jesus did for all of us, the love of God made known in Jesus Christ. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, the ancient prayer says, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. God bless, and may you have a wonderful Holy Week.